You're spending hours learning software features you'll never use. Tutorials pile up, new trends come out every week, and somehow you're falling further behind while everyone else seems to have it figured out. What if I told you there's a way to stop wasting time and actually stay ahead? Hey, I'm Mark DeCote, and today I'm sharing the one learning strategy that completely changed how I approach design education. Here's what happens in our industry. There's always something new software, new techniques, new trends, and our brains immediately go into panic mode. We think if we don't learn it right now, we'll fall behind. We're afraid of missing out. I was exactly there a few years ago. I'd get an email about some cool trick and I had to watch it. I'd see a tutorial and I had to learn it. I was spending hours in Photoshop and Illustrator just trying to figure things out, following along with every tutorial I could find. And yeah, I was learning a lot, but I was also destroying my business because those hours, they weren't going towards client work. They weren't going towards marketing my business. They were just gone. And that's when everything shifted for me. There's this concept called just-in-time learning, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You learn what you need for your next task at hand and nothing more. And this is why this matters. If you learn something now that you don't actually need right now, your brain won't hold on to it. When the time comes to use it, you'll have forgotten it anyways. And guess what? You'll have to learn it all over again. So you've just wasted twice as much time. I learned this the hard way with WooCommerce. Several years ago, I told myself I needed to learn it to become a better web designer and offer my clients better services, which was true. But I didn't have any e-commerce clients at the time that actually needed WooCommerce. So I went through all the training, successfully completing it, by the way. Felt really proud of myself. And then it wasn't until over a year later when I finally landed an e-commerce website project, and I couldn't remember any of it. I had to relearn everything from scratch because I hadn't touched it in over a year, which means I had completely wasted my time in the first round. I first heard about lean learning years ago from entrepreneur and author Pat Flynn, who recently published a book on this exact topic titled Lean Learning: How to Achieve More by Learning Less. And I'll include a link to this book in the description in case you're interested in reading it. So now, when I come across something cool, something I'm interested in, but I don't actually need it right now, I skim it, and if I think it's good and worth saving, I put it in what I call my learning toolbox. For me, that's in Evernote, but you can use any system you choose. And I organize it by topic: Photoshop, Illustrator, design trends, web stuff, whatever. The key is tagging. If I find a good tutorial on, say, making type look like it's melting, I'll tag it as Photoshop, melting, wax, or however I'd actually search for it later. That way, when I finally do need it, I can find it in seconds. And here's the thing. I look at Evernote before I even go Google sometimes, because I've already taken the time to vet the stuff I've put on Evernote. I've already decided it's good, and I don't have to waste my time searching through search results. And it'll be a lot easier a year or two from now to remember that, oh, I saved a Photoshop tutorial on how to make type look like it's melting, than to actually remember how to accomplish what the tutorial shows. Now, this technique actually saved me recently. A client asked me to design a podcast cover artwork featuring a burning microphone. They wanted a real mic to look like it was literally on fire. And I'd never done that sort of thing before. But I told them yes, I could do it because, well, I knew I could learn it. And I went into Evernote and I searched Photoshop plus fire, and boom, there was a tutorial I'd saved several years ago on how to make, in this case, it was type, how to make it look like your type was on fire. And I was able to use this tutorial to create my beautiful fire effect, and my client loved it. That's just-in-time learning in action. Now, I could have learned how to do that years ago when I first saw the tutorial, but I didn't. I held on to it, and when I actually needed it, it was right there waiting for me. Here's what most designers miss. You only use about 20 to 30% of what your software can do anyway. Photoshop alone has thousands of features. Illustrator has thousands more. Most of us will never touch most of those features. So why spend time learning them? When Photoshop added panoramic photo stitching, I thought it was so cool. But I still don't know how to do it because I've never had a need to do it since it was released, and this was years ago. So there was no point. But I know Photoshop can do it, and if a client ever asks me, I can confidently say yes and learn it when the time comes. And I'll only learn the parts I actually need for that one job. Now, I'll also say this. Just-in-time learning isn't an excuse to learn everything. Sometimes the right move is to outsource it entirely. If a client asks me to edit a video beyond my basic knowledge, I could spend weeks learning After Effects, or I could hire someone who knows After Effects inside and out and pay them to do it. That second option is almost always the better choice. The question isn't just, do I need to learn this? It's, do I need to learn this? Or should I bring in somebody who actually knows it? So the next time you get an email about some new tutorial or you stumble across a technique that looks amazing, ask yourself, do I need this for something I'm working on right now? If the answer is no, save it, clip it, tag it, put it somewhere you'll find it later. Because the goal isn't to know everything. The goal is to run your business, serve your clients, and actually have the time to design, and to know that the solutions are there for when that time does come, and that's when you learn it. Speaking of learning, please subscribe to the channel because I talk about this sort of stuff every week. How to build a design business that actually works for you, not against you. Till next time, stay creative. And by the way, if you found this episode interesting, check out this video here on superhero syndrome. It's another time saver when it comes to running a design business.